What's going on, guys? Graham here again. I'm here with Tim and Peggy Trant over here in Manassas, Virginia. We actually built their deck about a year ago, and they were gracious enough to set a little bit of time aside, give you guys an idea about what it's like to work with us. So we appreciate that, guys. You setting a little bit of time. Want to just ask you a few questions. We like to jump right into this. The first question that I'll ask you is, what ultimately made you decide to choose HD Exteriors to build your project?
When we first decided that we were going to renovate, first demolish our old deck and build a new deck, Peggy had gone online and identified a number of companies. We reached out to several of them, and first of all, we found that HD was more responsive than any other company, both in terms of initially responding to our request, but also with sending follow-up communications through, and that existed throughout the process. So, but that was a significant factor. We were impressed with that outreach that you had.
So it started with the scheduling of the actual appointment.
Absolutely.
Is where you started to notice a lot of that stuff.
Well,
That's awesome.
I'll jump in because Dustin, I mean, he gave an awesome presentation.
And Dustin was your designer. He was
our
the gentleman who
designer.
came out and worked everything up.
That came out, had the laptop, had the samples, did a terrific job.
I'm glad to hear
transparent.
that. Yeah. I mean,
that's what I like.
That's what we aim for. Like we hope to come out and educate customers on different products and everything. And so, and I'm glad to hear that it started with the scheduling, like when you made contact with us. So I'm super happy about that. Next question I'll ask is, like, did we do everything we said we would do?
Absolutely. So to the point of Dustin's coming out here, one, he was definitely prepared for the meeting with us. Had the materials to show us the benefits of one material over another, and different approaches that we could take to putting the deck up, just in terms of selecting the materials. Awesome. It was a very positive meeting. We were very impressed with him, and so that just kind of continued from the original phone call, that things were going in the right direction.
Sweet, that's fantastic. And you guys actually went with one of the newer products that we started to offer, and that's
right.
Even happier that you did that, because I mean, that's part of that education process, and like getting you an idea about what products are new and latest and greatest. Right. And then, so, design process went well, initial scheduling, and then of course we came out to build the project. When we're out here building, one question I always like to ask people is, like, did we clean up the yard, keep the trash out, and treat your house like it was our own?
Absolutely. Every single day the yard was cleaned up. Any refuse that had to go was taken out and put at the end of the driveway, and shortly thereafter another vehicle came and picked everything up, and we didn't even know they were here. Yeah. They were so quiet when they got here. They took it away every evening, so we were, it was a very safe environment because they were cleaning everything up every day.
Everything. We picked up all the nails. There weren't any leftover nails,
absolutely.
Trash, anything like that.
Absolutely. Stacking the lumber, and the other materials and everything off to the side of the yard and everything, so there was always room to move through the yard. It never was an imposition.
Sweet. I'm glad to hear that too. I mean, and that's, we try to treat everybody's yard as if it were our own. That's what I tell people, because it's not just, the things leading up to the install and the actual project being a strong and, good, deck or patio or whatever, but it's about the process, leading up throughout that too, and making sure your experience is pleasant throughout that. So I'm super glad to hear that too. Now, the last question that I'll ask, and I'm going to have one follow-up question after that, but this is probably the most important question, is, if you had to recommend an exterior company to a friend or a family, would HD be the company that you would recommend?
We've been recommending HD ever since. I mean, every time we go out, we have people asking us about who built our deck, talking about getting their decks built, and we told them, about our positive experience and said HD would be the company they should probably go with.
Pictures on our phone.
Yep. I show them the before and after pictures. Yep.
Oh, I appreciate, man. That is, and I appreciate you doing that, because it helps us, and it helps us help other people, and that's part of what this is right now too. Is like, we want to make sure that other people know what it's like to work with us, right?
Right.
And so the last question I'll ask then, to kind of tie everything off, is, what's your favorite part about the deck? What do you like about it? I mean, is it a morning coffee kind of thing that you love about it? You like reading on the deck? I mean, what are some things that you like?
I think for us, I mean, it's a nice place for us to gather. More importantly, I think it's a great place. We have two small grandchildren. for them to come out and play on the deck and everything in a safe space that's comfortable, gives them room to operate when they get their Hot Wheels and their monster trucks out here and everything.
The millions of toys that they probably have.
But also for us to come out and, when we barbecue in the yard, come out and eat out here and everything, and just sit and relax. Yep.
You like to read out here, Peggy?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, we're sitting on the deck right now, and I could hang out here for hours. I mean, I don't know. You guys are also great people, so that makes it easy, right? But it is. I'm glad to hear that. And that's our ultimate hope.
Cold beverages in the evening and my hot coffee in the morning. But and you mentioned about great people, which we really didn't talk about. One of the things that was so nice about working, our crew was fabulous. Lester and his entire team, when they came out here, they were friendly, they were responsive. Anything we told them on any given day, they took care of for us. But we really enjoyed hanging out with them while they were working. Through the demolition of the old deck, the removal of the refuse, the bringing in of the materials for the new deck, the building of the deck. They kept us apprised of everything along the way. If there was a holdup with anything during the something that didn't show up or whatever, they immediately came in and told us what was going on and then arranged. And then that was all followed up with emails, so we always knew what was going on.
So then you'd say that communication was top notch?
Communication is always important. I mean, because even if something's delayed or whatever the case may be, if we had concerns, the company was very, very responsive whenever we expressed concern or had a question. If we had a question for the crew and they didn't know, they went back to the head office and the head office got back to us immediately. So it was just a fantastic experience.
I mean, I appreciate you saying those things. That's those are the things that we pride ourselves on, right? And it's not always a perfect process, but that communication is what makes it feel perfect, or makes up for some of the hiccups that may happen.
It was pretty close to perfect.
It was, and I was really impressed too with the project management software your company has, because you go online, it shows you every step of the way.
Yep.
The progress, where the job is, what's going to happen next.
The customer portal that you can go into. Yep. And it takes you through every single stage.
Every step, from beginning to end to billing, so you see, as I said, the transparency. You can't. I could not compare that to any other company.
That makes me it's one of those things. Just those are the things that we focus so heavily on, and to hear customers, repeat that back to me, right? It does. I appreciate you guys, setting aside the time to share that with other people. Really,
absolutely.
Happy to do it.
Well, you have reason to be justifiably proud of everybody. Everybody working for you. So.
Great team.
All right.
Great company.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the time, guys. All right. Well, that's going to be it.
HD Exteriors.